Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. The murder of a scion of Ra halts the progress of the sun across the sky. In response, a group of strangers are unknowingly brought together by their divine heritage to investigate the crime. A Light Extinguished is a Scion Second Edition story, with Joaquin as the storyteller, Chris playing Hassan, Craig playing Nick, Mitch playing Gary, and Slavic playing Jesse, in a story supported by Onyx Path Publishing. If you'd like to reach out to us, you can contact us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM or on Facebook at Twin Cities by Night. We hope you enjoy.
Alright, welcome listeners to Scion Second Edition. We are running a adventure this is being supported by Onyx Path Publishing, and so they let us have a little bit of a sneak peek at Scion Second Edition. And so today we're going to be running Scion, a Light Extinguished. And so why don't we meet our characters going in order. So start with you, Chris. Who are you, and just give us a little bit about your character.
Yeah, I'm playing Hassan al-Hakim. He is an Iraqi refugee who, when he resided in Iraq, was a surgeon and medical doctor. And he fled Iraq when the war originally started. And he moved to become a cab driver. And what he eventually wanted to do was move his family over. But unfortunately, they passed due to tuberculosis. And so currently now, he not only is he driving cab, he's trying to work on getting his medical degree here in the States so he can go back and being a surgeon. He's roughly in his late 40s, kind of has wears, like business casual clothing while he drives. He takes pride in his appearance, so he kind of wears like loafers and like khakis and a polo shirt, usually with like a windbreaker over it. Takes pride and about his cab and the business that he has, and just seems to kind of be the kind of individual where trouble follows him around, but he always seems to miraculously get out of tough situations. Like when the war started, he kind of knew that it might not end up well, so he sold his stuff, and that's when he moved to the States. He avoided tuberculosis that his family got, and he just seems to, kind of be very lucky in those cases.
Now you, Slavic?
So, the character I'm playing, his name is Jesse Halvorsen, and he's this sort of rough guy who's never really did well in life. He lived his life as an orphan. He was adopted into a sort of poor family, and he lived and worked in shitty places and was always under the threat of homelessness, always being sort of partially in debt, not being sure if he's going to pay his next bills, and oftentimes he sort of got that little bit of extra scratch by doing some illegal stuff on the side, whether it was just, breaking in and stealing stuff or, dealing drugs or whatever.
And now, I forgot to mention that the Hassan's divine parent was Loki, and your divine parent is?
Scotty, goddess of winter.
The Aesir goddess of winter, yes. And so, yep. Craig?
Hello, everyone. I'm going to be playing Nicholas Locke. He was adopted at a very young age by a nice couple who just kind of waited too long to have kids and then weren't able to, but he knows really nothing about his divine heritage. He is, beyond his knowledge, the child of Nimue, the Lady of the Lake from Arthurian lore. Right now, Nicholas is about 20 years old. He kind of dropped out of local community college to do one of those, I'm going to pursue music sort of things. His adopted parents don't really know that, so what he does is basically hang around the local shopping mall. He had a job there for a while, but mostly because he kind of looks like he belongs in one of those like Abercrombie and Fitch catalogs, but he's all in all just like mall rat and like king of the slackers pretty much. He gets into a lot of scuffles with like people who kind of seem like bullies in the mall, and nothing beats messing with the good old rent-a-cops.
All right. So, all three of you wake up in the morning, and you find that instead of the sun being where it usually is, early rising in the sky, it's right where it would be in noon. And judging from the temperature, it's been away for like a couple hours, ever since dawn. And when you turn on the news, and you find that all over the city of Phoenix, Arizona, that the sun has basically been frozen in the sky in its new position ever since the time for sunrise came. And so all of you are like, well, that's not good. And then later, doing some more digging, you find that there's been a murder. I've heard a woman named Bai Amari, a scion of Ra, the Egyptian sun god. And so you look up the address, and you're like, for one reason or another, all of you are like, I've been by that place before, and there's something about, and like like you, Chris, you've driven by that place all the time, by that address, and you're just like, it's something that's like draws you to it. Whereas you, Nick, you've been like, yeah, I know that guy. They've been by my mall, like on some charity thing or something. I know I've seen her before, and like you, Jesse, you've been like, yeah, didn't I? Yeah, I like felt the car one time at a gas station. And I was like, "There's what is like, all of you like this? You kind of explain this like need to like go to this place and then find out what happened." And so all of you like get into your respective vehicles and you're just sort of like start. At first you're just like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do my job, whatever." But then like as you drive, you find something. You just like find yourself driving towards the address of her murder woman's house. And it's like it's a nice place in like northern Phoenix. It's nice, rich houses. You to like some of the neighborhoods, and you drive up, and it's like all three of you get out of the cars at the same time, and you just like look around, like this. What you're not quite sure what brought you here, but you know that you need to be here about this. And as you look at the house. It's like a nice place, like 2-story house. Like, you see like a string of police all around it. Police tape, police officers walking around. You see a woman walking up to you like, sorry, sirs, this is a crime scene investigation. They can't let you in here.
I kind of just look at the woman who said that, and I'm like, my friend, what has happened here?
Like I said, probably have a murder happen here. I'm afraid it's by Amari, the Scion. Yeah, how the hell did one of those get killed? And then like all three of you sort of like look up. You notice like a cloud like crosses in front of the sun, blocking it for a bit. And like could have sworn earlier that the sky was completely clear. And so all of you look up, and just like she looks up and is like, oh, well, okay, yeah. Let me guess. All three of you have never really met before, have you?
No, I don't even know what we're doing here. I mean, I was just driving the mall, and like these cars stopped in front of me, and everyone got out and started looking at things.
Okay, so we're doing one of those things.
What do you mean, one of those things?
My name is Alana Johnson. I'm with the Supernatural Crimes Unit of Phoenix. And if this is not the first time I've seen a group of people who, by all normal means, should not be here at the same time. And let me guess, you've had some strange things happen in your lives, haven't you? Some things you just go there and you don't really explain why, but there's been trouble there or something.
There's always trouble where I am.
Well, I've seen this before, and if I know anything, it means someone up there is wanting you to be here. So. Yeah, I don't like doing this. All right. So, at the risk of being struck by lightning, I'm going to let you keep behind me and don't touch anything. Do any of you have any experience at all with...
Wait, is that lightning thing really a thing?
What, you remember that guy who got mocking Zeus over in New York City? No, he didn't. Zeus didn't just zap him, but it was like, remember, there was a rainstorm happened later on that day. So basically,
I really don't. I must miss that one.
Yeah, trust me. When you've worked with the strange stuff like this, as long as I have, you tend to notice signs, and you go with them. And so, as we're talking, I think another person drives up, and then, can you introduce yourself?
Yep. I'm playing Gary B. Stockwell. He is a very dedicated journalist, and his divine parent is Heimdall of the Icer.
All right. So as you get out of your car, you see like this policewoman talking to this group of 3 people. As soon as you get out of your car, you hear like a big rumble of thunder across the way, and everyone looks up. And like there's like this one cloud in the sky. It doesn't look like it should be raining at all. And so as you look down, like your eyes lock with the group, and the policewoman looks at her and is like, got a latecomer, I see. He part of this too? Probably, of course, he is. They don't just throw signs out like that.
I'll assume so.
Well, all right. So, are any of you Scions? I haven't met any of you before.
Is there a test to figure that out? Like,
well, if you have to ask, you probably aren't. So,
oh, okay.
Well, let's not.
Can we get out of the? Yeah, can we get out of the rain at least?
What rain? And then you look around, there's like no rain at all. It's just one cloud.
Well, Nick looks up.
Follow me, and this is gonna look weird in the reports, but well, it's not the first time something like this has happened. Alright, so follow behind me and don't touch anything. We might not, probably won't be a person doing it, but might as well just do our best. Alright, so follow behind me. And she leads you past the police tape. And all three of you can, do you want to talk to each other on your walk up to the house?
Young man, I wouldn't take what she has to say as being the truth. I think we were probably brought here together for the very reason she's just said.
Like, what do you mean? Like, this stuff is just made up for the movies and the shows, right?
No, I am starting to think that I was brought here by something greater than my own curiosity, my friend.
Wait, Jesse, is that you? What are you doing here?
Yeah, I was just, thinking I could get some extra scratch here. Just have this hunch, late on rent again.
And I think we're joined by someone here who I am familiar with. How's it going, Gary? I didn't think I would see you out of a whim just like this.
It's not a whim. There's something going on. My keen investigative senses are tingling.
Great. Reporter.
Well,
What's wrong with that?
You lot ain't good for anything.
This reporter, my friend, he's a very good person. I've got to know him. He's treated me with respect, and I can vouch for him. He's good. He does good work.
I don't trust good people either.
He's a hoot once you get to know him.
Yeah, he seems like a bright
Sounds
ray
like
of sunshine.
All right. Hey, she gestures to the very nice house, very nice. Like like a couple of balconies up on the second floor. Looks like a room for an attic. Basically, especially for you, Jesse. Like you haven't been in a house this nice before on your own. At least maybe not legally. And so you look around, you don't see any sign of disturbance, and see the murder scenes upstairs. The detective talks to a couple of guys in uniforms who all right, so I've cleared it with some of the higher ups. And, well, this is very unorthodox. It's a very unorthodox victim. So, as she leads you upstairs, as you know, the murdered was by Amari. She's been a bit of I guess you'd say, a visionary, a symbol of charity in our great city of Phoenix. And she's even now. It looks like some of that extra divine stuff got in the way or something, because I've seen a lot of deaths in my time. I can count the number of dead Scions I've met on one hand. It takes a bit to kill one of them. So,
lady, does this mean we get deputized, or do you give us badges or something?
You don't get badges. You are designated as a consultant in a supernatural case.
So we get paid for this?
That sounds good.
It depends on what kind of assistance you provide. It's very hazy what kind of assistance you types tend to provide. If we can solve this case, I bet, we probably will pay you, but...
Oh man, my parents would be so stoked that I got an actual job.
I mean, I'm happy as long as I can publish.
Is the body still upstairs?
No, we moved it. There it is. It wasn't pretty.
May I take a look up there, if you don't mind?
Yes, like I said, I've cleared it, and we've got all the photos and everything, so as long as you don't deliberately make it more of a mess, it should be fine. I will supervise, though, so don't try anything too illegal, please. This is already strange enough.
I'm used to such things, but thank you. And I take off my windbreaker, and I kind of just throw it over the end of the railing of the steps or whatever, and I roll up my sleeves, and I just start walking up the steps, trying to starting to get into the triage mentality, even though there's no body there, but how he would be when he triage patients or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so he's just kind of starting to go into that analytical mindset of wanting to look at what's going on in the scene there. Good.
All right. So as you go up, you notice that, like I said, up the stairs, everything looks fine. But then once you get to the second floor, it looks like there's patches of blood around the floor.
How much blood? Is it through my medical expertise, does it look like it'd be enough blood to where a Scion would bleed out? Or
I'd say give me a intellect and medicine roll to see if you can, try to calculate how much blood is being lost here.
Okay, so that's 8 dice for me. Let me go ahead and get this going here in 1 second. And so this is difficulty 8, right? So it's right?
You need 2 successes, I'll say, to do this.
Oh, I got 1 success.
Only 1 success?
Yes.
All right, so with 1 success, you could definitely tell, there's a lot of blood, but you can't really tell how much of blood, if this is immediately lethal amount. But you do notice some of the blood, it's not blood, it's something else, like a dark, sticky liquid, but it's not blood.
Is there an emanating smell through the area?
Yes, actually, you sort of there is this, almost smells a bit like trees, almost like dusty trees, almost. It's a very strange smell.
Okay.
Can I look for points of entry or something like that somewhere? How would I get into this place?
All right, yeah, you look around and you notice, as you look on the second floor, there's the trail of blood leads to this one room and looks like a pair of windows leading out to a balcony. You see from where you're standing, the doors are they're broken outwards. One of them is just taken off the hinge completely.
Okay, so it was brute force.
Yes, and you see there's a pool of blood right there, a big pool of blood right on the balcony where it looks like a gap where a body might have lain.
Oh. Someone must have been strong.
Officer, is that where the body was found, up there on the balcony?
Yeah, it was around there, yeah.
Harry, my friend, what does this substance here remind you of anything? It's not blood from the human, though, and I kind of point out the other substance that you said was darker on the ground.
Gary will give it a big sniff.
All right,
and then
yeah.
poke at it a little.
Yeah, as you sniff it, it's a weird, dusty, almost like tree smell. And when you poke it, it sticks to your finger. It's very sticky, almost like a type of resin. And I would say you can give me I'd say an intellect and a science roll to see if you can figure out what is it.
All right, 3 successes off of
right.
3 dice.
You're good at it. Okay, so with 3 successes, that was 2 successes needed, so you have an extra one for a bit of a flair, a bit of a stunt. Do you want to augment your success anyway?
Sure.
Okay, so what would you like to do? Would you like to be really detailed information about it? Would you like to help someone else with a feature role, or what would you want to do?
Let's go for really detailed information.
All right, so you definitely tell it's pine resin. It reminds you of sort of something you use when you were younger, you had to put resin on baseball bats for Little League or whatever. It's fresh, really thick, old stuff. It's not the stuff you used. It's it's not really stuff you can buy in a store. It's definitely the fresh stuff, the real stuff.
This is pine resin or pine tar.
And it looks like actually you notice there's little bits of string or something in the pine tar pieces, little patches of it embedded into the pine tar.
Let's try to peel one out.
Yeah, it just looks like a piece of cloth or something. Just very stringy though.
There's cloth stuck to it.
Kind of with the whole thing being a Scion, in my head, Hassan's head, he's kind of scared because what would kill a Scion kind of thing, and he sees this, which is obviously not, I would assume, be biologically tied to the Scion who died.
No.
So I'm gonna see. Can I roll anything and use my occult knowledge to see if this rings any bells about anything?
I'll say that another intellect and occult roll, but you need 4 successes to try and figure out just what clues you have.
Okay, so that's 5 dice right there. So I need 4 successes. Should I? Is there a botch in the system?
There is. Yeah, when you roll no successes and at least 1.
Okay.
And also when you fail rolls in this system, you get a consolation, which can give you either momentum or whatever.
So basically, even if you do fail, I'll give you something in recompense to be okay, yeah, they'll help you move along, so don't come to a dead end.
Okay, I'll do that. 2 successes, so I did not get the 4 successes required, but I got 2.
All right, so with 2 successes, you have looking at it as that's not enough information, but it's definitely something foreign. You know that something reminds you of home, but you're not sure what exactly. It's something similar. You've seen something like this before, but it's not. Yeah, you just don't know enough.
Gary, my friend, I've seen something like this before, but I just cannot remember where. It's like in the recesses of my mind. I just can't quite remember where I have seen this. I just like stand up and I look around and I'm like, officer, was anything found missing in here? Or did any of your officers look to see if anything was missing?
We looked and nothing was missing. In fact, it looks like there was no sign of forced entry at all. And the only thing broken in here is all those doors over there and the things from the struggle, it looks like. So what we concluded from that, it seems that she might have known who killed her. But that's just one theory.
Nick and Jesse, you said your name was Jesse? Young man?
Yeah,
You
older
both,
than you.
you both strike me as the type to be able to find things that others may not want to be found.
Yeah, can take him too.
Can you believe this guy used to work in retail?
And from behind you hear the detective going,
Well, I was fired.
Do you think maybe you could look around here while I speak to Gary and see if maybe something can help us find what happened to this, to her?
Sure. And at this point, I would like to use my knack, which is Keen-Eyed Predator.
all right.
So I extend my senses to determine what might await me. So I have to roll my knack skill, which is basically whatever we sort of decide it is.
Mhm.
And since it's just basically being keen-eyed, I might be cunning, and what would be the skill?
I would say perhaps investigation. Oh no, that's not our thing. That's
Subterfuge, because subterfuge also is stuff like lockpicking.
okay.
Here
I would accept that. Yeah,
stuff.
I would accept that.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going basically going over the room with a fight, just like eagle-eyeing. It's like.
Yeah, there's a couple questions I can ask you. I'll just first see if I can actually, succeed, but I have 7 dice in that. So.
All right, yeah, I'll just say I'll take 2 successes for this.
And I botch.
Really? You have no...
Yep.
You
I
don't...
botch.
Okay, so as you look around, but you're so focused on what you're trying to do. Actually, you trip and you fall into some blood.
Oh God! One good thing, we get 2 momentum into our team pool.
So yeah, that means every setback you get another a second win type thing building up.
Yeah.
Even so, his failures will bring the group success eventually. So yeah, as you fall down, it's luckily for you, it's mostly dry, but there's still enough wetness to stick to your clothing, and it's and you see the Detective Johnson just could you please try not to do
sorry,
that?
it's just
I just hand him a handkerchief. I pull it out of my back pocket. I just kind of hesitantly hand it to him, knowing he's probably upset and annoyed right now. But
that is definitely going to the story.
These are my only clean clothes.
It's a good look on you, Jesse.
There's a little bit of resin in there, a little bit of 2 things of blood. It's not that bad because it's mostly dried, but it's still present, noticeable.
So
I guess you miss would mind if I liberated an extra T-shirt from here, right?
From women's clothing?
Well, I just figured I'd find a normal dude's T-shirt here.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just massages her forehead a little bit, just
Never mind.
God send us. All right.
I want to take a look at that doorway where it was. He said that it was a forced exit or forced entry, and
forced exit. You see, there's a doorway leading to the study. The doorway leading out to a balcony outside, and then they're broken out towards the balcony.
Yeah, I'm when the officer was talking, she mentioned that perhaps she knew someone who got in or they were invited in, and Nick's just kind of thinking that there might be just some way to rip the door outwards from the outside and get in that way. Not that well, actually,
so you're thinking someone might have got up to the balcony, then forced their way in that way.
Yeah, it's me as a player, I think that's probably not the case, but Nick's kind of having trust issues with authorities, especially police officers. Right. So he's looking for a chance to kind of prove her wrong.
All right, so yeah, I'll say give me. I'll accept either intellect or might, because you basically you're trying to mimic, puzzle out how someone would force it open, and I'll accept subterfuge, either intellect or might and subterfuge.
0 successes, no botch.
All right. So with Zeus, you'd be like, well, you can't really tell anything about these doors. They're just broken down doors. You can't really tell anything out of them. You're not really trained in this. But you do notice like there is a little bit of like gray bit of something. It's not wood on the floor.
I bend down and look at it.
It looks like it's like a bit of skin almost, but it looks gray.
Like a leathery patch of something, or is it like a snake skin or human skin?
You can't really tell. It's just like this gray bit of skin. You can't really tell what it came from. It doesn't look like it. It could have been from a person. Could have been from like some kind of animal. We're not really sure. But like you can't tell. It doesn't look like it has any fur or feathers on it or the scales.
Nick's he's gonna be walking around the area and kind of like kicking at it, like making a little bit of noise doing so. He just kind of thinks it's some garbage.
I'm gonna look over there at the kicking and kind of like see what he's like. You don't know what's going on over there since he's making noise and everything.
So Gary's going to turn to the police officer and ask, is there anything else that you could possibly tell us about what happened here that you guys know so far that you may not yet have shared?
Well, no. Like I said, when you came in here, the door to the study was locked. I believe it was her boyfriend, the representative Andre Wilson. He came in here, wanted to talk to her. Then he found the door locked, opened it up. She was dead in there.
Okay. Let's see here. And at this point, Gary will use his version, I guess, of Keen-Eyed Predator to try to locate some piece of evidence that may not have been noticed yet.
All right. I will accept either intellect or cunning, and I will say either science or subterfuge.
All right, I'll do cunning and subterfuge.
How many? 2. That's enough. You notice, look over where, Nick is kicking around at the broken door, and you notice, the little thing of skin on the ground.
I'll walk over. I'll pull out, a pen, sort of prod at it and pick it up using the pen.
Yeah, that thing's kind of gross, man.
I'll turn to the police woman. So, what can you tell me about this?
I walk up while he says that. And I just want to look before she answers. I just kind of want to look real quick to see what he has there on his pen. And I would like to use my calling of medical practitioner, which would give me +2 dice on medicine rolls. If that's
all right. I will accept an intellect and a medicine roll.
3 successes.
All right. There was just 2 successes, 2 succeed, and you got an extra one. How do you want to spend your extra success? Do you want to add more to your success, or do you want to add up with someone else's?
Okay, let me ask you this, storyteller. If I choose to give it to Gary, I'm going to ask Gary something to him. What I'd like to do is be like, hey, Gary, after all this is done, can you remember or hear anything from your journalist ties of any kind of rumors about this lady before she died, any kind of trouble she may have been in?
So you're trying to augment his future role of trying to.
Yeah, that I was going to ask of him. Could I do that?
I will accept that. Okay. And so you look at the skin. It's definitely you've seen it. It's like dried human skin, but it's really old and leathery.
And I look at the skin while I wait for her to I'll say that I'm looking at it while she answers Mitch's question before I say anything.
Oh, the skin? Huh. Well, yeah, we found some more flakes of it around the place here and there, but it looks like and we found some underneath her fingernails too. So it looks like it was the skin of whoever attacked her, but it doesn't look human. It doesn't. It's leathery skin. Unless you've been sun tanning for too long, even Scions, it's weird.
It is human skin, officer. It is actually old human skin, which I look at Gary. If it's under her nails and it's from old human skin, I think we have our first clue.
Yes, this is definitely seeing more and more that there's some kind of Scion involvement going on, and she was a bit at the center of a group of Scions.
Now, officer, please take no offense to the question I'm going to ask my friend here, but he has expertise in this. Gary, do you know if how do they say it in the rumor mill of pop culture? If anything that wasn't reported that maybe you or your companions may have known about, any troubles she may be having, anything like that, but you guys kind of didn't report on?
Yeah, let me think on that for a moment.
All right, so
should I roll anything, Quinn?
I will give you some for free, but I'll just roll for something. Give me intellect and culture. Give me a culture roll to see if you can remember intellect and culture to see if you can remember like all the little bits of information you've heard about by Amari.
Plus 1 dice because I'm giving him one of my
5 successes.
And plus the 1 success I gave him.
So 6 successes.
So with that, you remember a lot. At one point, you were like, she attended some charity ball, and you like got up to some of her like her entourage when they were a bit drunk, and they told you a lot, but like nothing was really relevant to it. So you get a lot of extra stuff. Do you want to spend all that extra information on just all the extra successes on augmenting your own roll? Or do you want to see if you can use it for someone else's?
How many extra successes did I get on that?
You got 3 extra successes.
Okay, I'll spend 2 to augment my own roll, and I'll shuffle 1 over to someone else.
All right. So it's still total like 5 successes. So you like I said, you got a lot of information. So you know that by Amari, her boyfriend was a representative Andre Wilson. He is like a local politician, and from all you heard is that he's honestly a pretty good guy. Honestly, honest politician, rare thing. But like there was some discontent among her other fellow Scions. She hung out with like a small group of them. There was Francisco Garcia Melendez, a Scion of Huitzilopochtli. He's one of the Aztec gods. Hikaru Yamazako, the Scion of Amaterasu, the Japanese sun god. Kieran O'Connor, son of Scion of Loof, Irish Scion. And there was this new girl, Jennifer Garner, I believe. I'm sorry, her name, the 4th woman who just arrived to the group was Jennifer Walker. I apologize. But you don't really hear, she was brand new to the thing, so you don't really hear that much about her. But you hear like there was some unrest, some arguments among the group. And so that's remember like Kieran was like arguing with Bai about how she's been a bit too soft-hearted and how she needs to take more firm stances with people. Kieran O'Connor.
Interesting.
And then some more about how Francisco Melendez, the Hispanic one, he was like also some stories of unrest about how she's like something about relationship issues between him, and her boyfriend.
Okay, so I will relate all of this drama to the rest of the group, and then I'll look at the leathery skin and be like, wasn't there a thing about leathery skin or wearing of skin or something?
That is very disturbing. But the lead, Officer, Representative Wilson, is he around here? You said you and your companion spoke to him.
Yes, we did talk to him. He's outside, actually. We want to talk to him now?
I would like to speak to this Representative Wilson. Would any of you like to come with?
Well, considering you are 4 untrained and technically unlicensed people investigating a murder scene, I'm going to have to.
Yes, no offense, but, we were all called here for a reason. I think I would like my new friends come with. Yes, you come with?
Is there going to be any more of that weird skin stuff?
Maybe. I don't know, but what I hope to do is simply talk to this representative and see you love her spat. May very well be the issue.
I mean, it seems like a whole Buffalo Bill sort of situation.
Buffalo Bill, I'm not
too... the movie, Silence of the Lambs.
I don't get to see too many movies, sorry.
Oh, you got it. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, can we please move along?
Oh, sorry.
I'm letting you do this because I can see the signs clear as day, but...
Well, let us work in our mysterious ways, yes? Yes.
Mysterious, very, very mysterious.
Puts the lotion in the basket.
I just kind of looked at because the skin, because the dead skin? No, yes, no, okay. We talk later. I go down and talk to this Representative Wilson.
So, so all 4 of you going, or?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So you get down and you see Andre Wilson. He is about a black man in his 40s, well-dressed. Like you can definitely tell like he's been crying a little bit. He looks a bit distraught.
So here's what my plan is. So Hassan has had experience when he was a surgeon and a doctor in Iraq having to break bad news to family members, but also having to console them. And I would even say maybe story guide out of like experience. He probably also had to like try to find out the truth of a situation, like with an abusive parent, with a child or something like that. Just kind of feel out what's going on. So that is my approach. I'm going to try doing is go to him like I'm sorry for your loss, but then really try to gauge his responses to me and see if he's full of shit,
All right.
And then hopefully my friends will watch and see if they can detect anything.
So you're going to be the one going in there and talking to him.
Nick would want to watch the interaction closely. He's pretty good at spotting some bullshit, but he doesn't want to just call it out. Kind of has this thing in his head, like if like the police officer said that the victim did let someone in and that's the person who killed him, like the first suspect in Nick's mind is obviously the boyfriend. So he's going to try to pay close attention to anything that Hassan asks him.
All right, so yeah, all of you know that Andre wasn't. He's not a Scion. He is just ordinary human, as far as you know.
Out of character, I'm also my plan approach is to see if there was anything going on with her and Francisco. You know what I mean? Right. And if there was some kind of like love triangle going on there too. But I know representatives are usually guarded with this shit, so I'm turning on the charm.
All right. Yeah. Yes. Can I? I thought I answered all your questions. The other policeman.
I'm going to go and I'm going to put my hand gently on his shoulder and kind of do the whole, like, I'm a figure of knowledge. You know what I mean? That doctors tend to do their stand up, right? And I'm just going to maybe like, yes, I'm sorry for your loss, Representative Wilson.
Yes, thank you. What questions can I answer? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's you're grieving, and I understand. Grieving's healthy. I too lost my wife, so I understand how it feels. It feels like you have a part of you missing. It's normal. It's natural. But I have to ask you a tough question, and I want you to know I understand that you have to be guarded with what you tell me. You're a politician. I understand.
All right.
But you have to know this will help me bring the perpetrator to justice. Okay.
All right.
So. Francisco.
Yes. What about him?
And I'm looking at his reaction. Do I see any kind of like emotional change in him?
You just see like he's sort of like, yeah, he's still mostly distraught, but he's just like focusing on you. Like, yeah. What about him?
Did he have any relationships with Miss Amari too?
Amari, and you see him like look around, and it wasn't just with her. All three of us, we sort of have our own thing going on, all three of us.
You say
I've never been too picky about this, and he apparently he's always been sort of love whoever you want, and you know the stereotype, the hot-blooded Hispanic, Latino, all over the place, full of fire and passion, for both in the bed and out in public. Just we all three of us managed a healthy relationship, but lately he started getting a bit mad. He started getting into arguments with her, and because with Kieran, the Irishman, they always had arguments all the time. But Francisco, that was a new thing.
So to clarify, you, Francisco, Miss Mary are polygamist, right? Yes.
Well, we aren't in any like marriage relationships, but we.
Yes, I understand. And you say Francisco started arguing with her. That was out of nature for him?
It was a new development, though. Normally, he's just full of trying to woo us over or something like that. But lately, I think it's something to do with the Jennifer, the new girl that Bai took under her wing. She was always doing that, taking people under her wing. That's how she got her own little collection of Scions.
So, another personal question. Yes, no, Kieran, Jennifer, Yokero, all you, they intimate with you three too, or just you three?
No, just us. I don't think. I don't think Kieran would really be interested. He's not that free.
Understand. I understand. So, tough question again. Yes, and I apologize again. Francisco, he ever threatened? He ever say, he harm you or her?
No, never. He got a little heated quite a few times, and he's just always been that way, though. But this is the first time he's been directed by, because I wasn't really privy to it. It was always a matter like a Scion matter, and I, being a human, I wasn't privy to those kinds of discussions.
Now, one more question, and I'm done. Would Francisco have any other lovers that he maybe not tell you about?
I know he's had many in the past, but I don't know any right now aside from me and Bai.
Now, where can I find Francisco? Where does he stay at?
Well, I know we were going to meet him for lunch later today at this restaurant. For all I know, he's gone there, I think.
Okay. Do you got phone number for Francisco too, in case I need it?
Yes. Yeah, here. And by the way, anyone who wants to jump in and try to see if he's lying or not, you can feel free to jump in with a roll.
I guess I will too. I'll do that while talking.
Make my roll. What kind of roll would that be?
I'd say give me a manipulation and persuasion to see, or empathy.
Can he get Mitch's successes?
Mitch, let Mitch decide who he decides to support, either Nick or Hassan.
I'll send that to Nick.
Okay.
But I'm also going to make a roll of my own while I'm at it.
Right.
So how do the specialties work in this? Do I just add extra dice, or?
I believe it counts as an enhancement, which means if you get at least one success, you get an extra success.
Yeah. One specialty is 1 point assignment, yes. To other related skills.
So 3 plus 1?
Yes.
All right. 3 successes plus the 1.
Yeah, so 4.
I also had 4 successes to determine if he was lying.
The difficulty was 2 successes. So all of you, you definitely tell he's telling the truth. And additionally, he doesn't look like he's hiding anything, honestly. He doesn't say anything. The one thing he does mention a little bit is that, and I will say this, one thing he doesn't really seem to go into detail about is Jennifer. He was like, there's something more to that, but he doesn't really mention it.
Yeah, I'm thinking that she might actually be a good lead because we could pose as new Scions ourselves and see what the scene was like with her and Bayamari.
Right.
That's a good idea. I would say out of character, if you want me to get her phone number, you should say something so I get her phone number or how I can contact her.
Yeah, I'll mention up to Andre. So this Jennifer girl, she seems pretty tight too. Maybe if we had a chance to talk to her, it could help in the investigation with Bayamari.
Yeah, you could try. I don't know who her phone number is. I think only Bai had it, and she didn't. Jennifer never talked to me. Honestly, she only seemed to talk to Bai.
Is Officer still there? Officer Johnson?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask her if Bayamari's cell phone was found with the body, and if we could get the address book from that.
I think. Yeah, I think we did find it, but yeah, we have the phone number. Yes. We have I'll get it over here real quick.
I follow her and then get the digits and write it down, and look to see if any of those other names show up in the phone book as well.
You definitely see the phone number labeled Jennifer. One for Kieran, one for Hikaru, one for Francisco.
I go up to Gary and Jesse while he goes up, gets the number, and I'll be like, I think our young friend has a good idea about speaking with Jennifer. I think our past tied to this Francisco gentleman, but we talk to Jennifer, see what we can find out. Yes, sound good?
Hey, I'm happy to pursue any lead.
And you, young man, you need change of clothes? I got clothes in my cab you can borrow. Yes, you need change of clothes?
Yeah, sounds good, but not sure if you're my size.
We make it work. I got clothes. I'm always prepared.
Oh. Hello again, folks. I'd like to tell you about the Facebook group we run called White Wolf and Onyx Path RPGs, Gameplay and Media. Have you ever wished you could have an easy way to find gameplay videos and podcasts, or just media in general that deals with your favorite White Wolf role-playing games? Or have you ever wished you could find a forum to share gameplay that you have recorded? One that won't be drowned out by random posts and discussions, so that your media could get the attention you deserve. The group is specifically run with the sole intent of it being a one-stop shop for people to view or share media involving the games we all love. We take thorough steps to ensure the page does not become cluttered and is easy to traverse. The group is already immense and continuing to rapidly grow, with new media being shared every day. Stop on by. We hope to see you there.